Hey guys, this is Doug Parody. I just wanted to do a quick walk around on the 1980 VW Rabbit pickup. This is an LX version diesel with a 1.5 liter diesel, or that's what it had when I got it. Completely gone through the whole car, as you've probably seen from the pictures, but wanted to do a quick walk around and sort of tell you about everything on the car. Totally stripped down to metal. The body itself was in fantastic shape, except for one small crease back right behind the rear wheel, little crease just at the lower apron there that was repaired. It did have some surface rust on it, and the hood was pretty bad because it had sat out. So I did replace the hood. That is actually off a German car, so that's a German hood. And then obviously had it painted. On the front suspension, everything was replaced. Brand new coilovers that are adjustable. The hubs were replaced, all new seals obviously. The control arms were replaced with new bushings. The steering rack had new bushing and tie rods. And I upgraded. These originally had solid rotors, so I upgraded to the newer, later version with vented rotors, all new calipers, all new lines, new master cylinder. So pretty much everything on the front suspension was done. New grille. The bumpers were, this was the condition they were in. They were in fantastic condition, both front and rear, but I did not want the chrome. So I stripped all the moldings off, lights out, and I had them powder coated black, and then put them all back together and put new Hella lenses in them. Again, the front end, the GTI wheels, original GTI wheels that I purchased, and I had them completely polished and painted by Al Reed Polishing in Anaheim, California, who does a fantastic job, has done several sets of Porsche wheels for me over the years, and just does a great job. So he polished everything, new lug covers. The center caps are actually original on these wheels, but I just cleaned them up and armor-alled them, and they came out great. And then the trim along the top rail was all removed. It did have trim on it on this model with the LX. You got that trim, but I left it off. But I did keep the lower trim, and this is original condition. I just cleaned it up, and it was chrome, but again, I wanted to black it out. The windshield seal, brand new. All the door rubber seals, the seal around the doors, all the scrapers, the vent window seals were replaced, and these vent windows were upgraded. These are out of a Cabriolet, a later car. This car had vent windows with the glue-on knob or latch and hinges, and those are notorious for the glue to come loose and break off. So I upgraded these. The Cabriolet windows have the bolt through the glass, so they're structurally much better. I did put new handles on it, new latches, door latches, and door pins. Again, everything's very, very tidy. The bed of the truck is exactly as you saw it. No body work at all was done to it. And then I had a rhino liner type material done for it and tinted to the same color. Came out phenomenal. You do see a couple holes up in the front of the bed. This had an external fuel tank in it, believe it or not. It had a cab on it, a shell on it when I got it, and he had the fuel tank plumbed through the side of the shell. I pulled that. I do have the tank, so if you were interested in it, you can have the tank. It is still plumbed for the external tank, but I just didn't put it back in. Again, coming back, the all-new Volkswagen labels on the rear. You can see the powder-coated rear bumpers. These are the original taillights. I just cleaned them up. Everything's working great. All the lights, all the running lights, all the turn signals. The reverse lights do work, but with this swap, one of the brackets for the swap goes over on the 5-speed transmission out of the donor car. it does block the reverse switch. So I had to remove that. So what I did was I wired in a switch on the dash, so that when you reverse, you hit the switch, the reverse lights come on. So everything still works. See a shot of the muffler. The all 2.5-inch exhaust from the engine back with a MagnaFlow exhaust or muffler on it. Runs and sounds great. Again, rear seal on the rear window is brand new. Let me open up the hood for you. Okay, here's a shot of this is a 1.9 liter TDI, and this is out of 2003 TDI Beetle that I purchased as a donor car. So what I took was the motor, the 5-speed transmission. I took the, you need to get the whole computer system, which is tucked back in there. So I took the computer and the harnesses, the full 5-speed shifter with all the linkages. So I took pretty much everything I needed out of the donor car and then sold that car. I had the engine steam cleaned, and then I had, before I put the motor in, I had the timing belt, water pump, tensioners all replaced. This car, the donor car, had about, I think, just shy of 90,000 miles on it. So I didn't know if it had been done, so I wanted to make sure it was done and done right. All the fluid was drained out of the transmission and replaced. Engine oil, obviously, engine filter. It's got a new fuel filter on it. And then I installed an external pump and another filter back at the gas tank. This is a fully integrated intercooler radiator combination with 2 electric fans on it. This is pretty much all everything's on this radiator itself. It's got the relay on it, power, thermostat, everything is in this radiator. So really, all I did was run power to it, and it's all controlled in one unit. Also, obviously the intercooler lines, but I switched over to I took all the EGR equipment off of it. This was a diesel, obviously, 1980, so it's no smog in California. So I ripped all the EGR equipment off the 03 TDI motor. I put this new intake manifold on it, which is called a PD150, and these were on the German Golfs. Much better flow. And then I obviously hooked the intercooler into it and did all that piping, and then added off the turbo, the air intake with a Can-Am air filter. So that's a pretty good summary of the exterior. And then let me just show you a quick shot of the interior. First of all, the seats were out of a Scirocco that I purchased. The truck seats are pretty standard and don't have a whole lot of support, so I pulled those out. And these really, because they're out of the same Mark I series, basically fit in the tracks. I didn't alter anything on the car to get these seats in. Put a GTI steering wheel in it. This was a brown interior car, so I wanted it to be black. So I bought the interior out of an entire car. I got the dash, the radio, pretty much everything you see. The door panels were part of that, and just upgraded. Then I bought all the new windshield levers, turn signals, steering column cover, pretty much everything to match. And then obviously they did, a great job with the headliner. It's got brand new visors in it. Seat belts came with the Scirocco seats, so those are all fit, and everything came out pretty good. Sorry, it's a little bit dirty. It does have the OBD2. You can see that hanging there. I got to attach that, but I've already had it scanned since I got it running. So OBD2 scanner works. That's the new fuse panel, brand new, or I guess NOS fuse panel. This would have had some issues, and I was getting a lot of stuff that wasn't working, and I didn't want to start jumping things and creating just a rat's nest of wiring. So I found an NOS fuse panel for it and replaced it. Everything worked instantly. As soon as I hooked everything up, it worked. So I replaced all the relays and all the fuses. You can see here the door switches for the dome light. Those work. The dome light works whether you turn it on by itself, middle is off, and then the rear is to work with the doors. And then down here you can see the pedal. So the fuel pedal came out of the donor car. So that's there's a bracket that was used for that. So that's pretty much it. Good summary. And then what I want to do now is take it for a ride. Hey guys, Doug Parody again. Just taking a little run in the pickup truck. As you can hear, it idles perfectly. We're out in Temecula, so we're on some back roads back here, and I'll just let it run and show you how it goes. Drive the way I wanted it to drive when I had it in college, but it's all the gauges work. I don't know if you can see, but the speedo's working fine. The clock actually works. Fuel gauge works. And just runs real smooth. Idles, like I said, idles perfectly. And just a blast to drive. Test run it a little bit, and bombing it around here a little bit just to check everything. So got all these little flood zones here. Doing exactly what I'm doing. So that's it. Just wanted to show you how it runs and take you on a quick test drive. If you have any other questions, just feel free to post them online, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Okay, we're back from the ride. Probably can hear the fan going. But again, thanks for checking it out, and good bidding to you. I'm going to show you a couple pictures of other Volkswagens. Like I said earlier, I grew up in college, had one of these, but I grew up around Volkswagens and have done several Volkswagens. So I'll put a couple photos up on the screen. 1967 convertible, bug, totally done. I did a 58 Carmen Ghia convertible. That was actually on the cover of Hot VWs. And then I did, my latest was a 62 23 window bus. 5-year restoration and build on that. So I'll put a couple of those pictures up on the screen so you can see those. But thanks again, and good luck in your bidding.